Welcome to Fun with Film, episode 4. Oh, well, that's something. We've got as far as 4 episodes. We're still waiting on Poundland to get in the drain cleaner. I'm going to look elsewhere, but Poundland's my price, you know? So I threatened the nuclear emulsion whilst the batteries charge on the night vision camera, so we can actually use it in the darkroom, and that records onto a digital tape. So I don't know how I'm going to transfer it on the computer yet, but we'll give it a go. I thought I'd just mention the nuclear emulsion bit because that's what I've got. This is Kodak. This expired in 1981. It's difficult to get hold of anything. They don't write nuclear on it anymore. They call it art film or ortho or whatever. And yeah, it's 5.4 because yeah, you've got the size there. Yeah, it just fits nicely on that. They don't write nuclear on it anymore because certainly in the UK, as soon as you mention radiation, everyone panics. I'm not wearing an NBC suit to handle it. It's not radioactive. It is sensitive to radiation, certain radiations. In the same way, you can't get X-ray film in the UK. Well, you can, but it's incredibly difficult to get X-ray film in the UK. No one will sell it to you because it's dangerous. It's X-ray. No, it's not. The film itself is harmless. You know, it's the same as any other film. Don't eat it. You'll be all right. Any nuclear emulsion, you know, particularly X-ray film is slightly susceptible to X-rays. Slightly. The film holders have a phosphor in them, which are wildly susceptible to X-rays and glow really brightly when they're hit by X-rays. The film itself doesn't. That's why it's double-sided, to increase its sensitivity. It's pathetically insensitive stuff. Perfectly harmless, and in America at least, they're dirt cheap. But by the time you pay the postage to get it over here and the import taxes, it's sort of £1 billion a sheet. Yeah, I wish we could get it. It's supposed to be really, really good for portraiture. This stuff, if developed properly, will act as a line film, and it will have no midtones. It'll just be black and white, incredibly high contrast. If we develop it in other ways, we might be able to pull out some midtones. It's about 6 ISO. When the battery for the night vision cam is charged, we can go into the darkroom and actually you can watch me load it because it's safe under red light. It's orthochromatic. It's not sensitive to red light. So we can do that in the darkroom, and you can actually see how to load a 5.4 film holder at the same time without me wasting film. And you'll also be able to watch it develop in the dish. It's going to be really exciting, this, if it works. So we'll meet again in the darkroom. Welcome to the world of dark and poor sound. Just gonna get this out. This is the dark slide we're going to use. They're kept in bags. Once they're cleaned, they're kept in bags to make sure they stay that way. I've only got one safe light on. We're going to have to be quick. Pull the dark slide halfway out. Remember this flap at the bottom. You can probably see better than I can, bearing in mind that I normally do this in total, utter and complete blackness. So dark you cannot, there's light coming in there. Excuse me. Right. Doesn't smell good. And the film itself is kept between bits of card. And there we are. That is one sheet. That's the emulsion side up. Working as quickly as we can to get this into the slide. I think that's the emulsion side. It should be marked, or not marked, it should have an indent on it, and it hasn't. No, that's the emulsion side. So we open that. It's very, very thin base. It's got no rigidity to it at all. And there you go. That's one sheet in. Slide shut. So the slide hasn't shut. That's because that isn't in properly. There it is now. There we go. And we can flip it over, pull out and do the other side. I'm not convinced that's the emulsion side. We will look closely in a minute. That's really shiny. So is that side. Actually, I think that might be the emulsion side. So at the point where, to be honest, it's experimental. We don't even know if this film's going to work. That's that. That's that done. We can now turn the lights on, except we can't. Oh, look, some instructions. We'll read those. It's always fun when you oh look, instructions. Right, let's box that up. Right in there. It's the lid and base of the box and made friends with each other. If this works, we will do a lot more videoing in the darkroom, but I'm going to have to find somewhere, somehow, to rig the camera. It's not really in its best position there. It's not really that secure. That's that shut, that's that shut. We can kill the camera, and we'll come back and develop that when I've exposed it to some suitable radiations.